I ended up going for free, meeting 2 of 4 of One Direction. Hey you guys, it's Francesca. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another day of Vlogmas with me. If it's your first time here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. But if you're returning, then welcome back. Since it's finals week, I have been so busy and I haven't really had time to vlog. I decided that today I would do a story time. Today's story time is going to be about the time I met Niall, Horan, and Payne at Jingle Ball 2017. How does this even happen? I don't get it. Like, oh my gosh. It feels just like yesterday, but it feels like so long ago as well. This was not supposed to happen at all. Meeting both of them? What? Even meeting one of them? What? Like, none of this was supposed to happen, and somehow it magically did. So let's get into the story. Back in August, I met a girl online and we ended up meeting Louis Tomlinson together, and her name is Beverly. If you haven't seen that video yet of how we met Louis Tomlinson, you can click right here on the card to check it out. So after that day, Beverly and I met Louis Tomlinson. We ended up going to see Harry Styles in October and then going to see Niall Horan as well in November. Jingle Ball took place at the end of November, so we were broke. We had no money left to really pay for concert tickets. So we were not gonna go to Jingle Ball, which really broke my heart because I have seen One Direction all 4 times they've been to Dallas. I just had seen Harry by himself and I just had seen Niall by himself. I had seen Louis at the airport. I was seeing them every time they came into Dallas, and I was heartbroken when I found out I wouldn't be able to go to Jingle Ball. One day, like a week before Jingle Ball even happened, one of my friends, Hannah, who I also met back in August because we worked together and realized we both liked One Direction, texted me and said, "Oh my goodness, guess what? I just won meet and greet tickets for Niall Horan for Jingle Ball and also tickets to go see him and Liam perform at Jingle Ball." And I'm like, no way did you just do that? And her favorite One Direction number is Niall, where mine and Beverly's is Louis. But still, they're part of One Direction. My heart is literally like pounding. So I was like, oh my goodness, yes, like I really want to go. Like, please, like I will go, thank you. And she was like, of course, like you're always gonna be like my +1 and stuff. So I was just super excited and like filled with emotions. The next emotion I felt was like guilt because Beverly wouldn't be able to go because it was only 2 tickets. 2 people could see Niall. At this point, Beverly was like, no, I'm still not gonna pay to go, but I hope you have a lot of fun. And I was like, no, this doesn't feel complete. You have to go with us. Like there has to be some way for you to go with us and meet Niall. So a couple days later, which is only 3 or 4 days before Jingle Ball, I am at a family dinner with like a whole bunch of my family members and my phone starts blowing up. And on Twitter, all I see is Beverly texting me, OMG, OMG, like answer me back, call me, oh my gosh, like you'll never believe what happened. And I'm like, oh my goodness, something is wrong. Like I gotta make sure she's okay. My first reaction was panic, and so I immediately told my mom like, hey, I have to go make a phone call real quick. So I like run out of the restaurant. It's literally like 30 degrees outside and I'm wearing a tank top shirt and it has sleeves here, but it's super thin and I'm freezing because I didn't put my jacket on. I pick up the phone and immediately call Beverly and she screams into the phone and goes, guess who just won meet and greet passes with Liam at Jingle Ball? And I was like, what? Freaking out, totally like caught off guard. And I was like, how? And she like told me and everything and she was super excited. And she said that she was asking one of her friends who lived in Houston, and if her friend could make it in time, she would take her friend to meet Liam. But if he couldn't, then I would go. And I'm already meeting Niall, so the idea of meeting Liam, I'm just shook. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if it happened? But also I feel bad because like her friend's a huge Liam fan and she really wants to meet him too. So I was hoping she could make it, and then I was hoping I could go and she wouldn't make it. And so I was just like, the Lord will decide what will happen. So let's fast forward to the actual day of Jingle Ball. Hannah and I end up driving to Dallas together and we meet Beverly there, and Beverly tells me her friend cannot make it and that I get to meet Liam Payne. I am still speechless to this day. Like, how? The first meet and greet out of the 2 was the Liam meet and greet. Beverly goes and says what her name is and she gets a wristband and then she tells them I'm her +1. Hannah sadly could not get into it because she did not have a wristband. So Hannah waited outside for us as we went in. We're freaking out. We're so excited. Like we had just met Louis already. We had seen Harry in second row a month before. We had just seen Niall. And so all these emotions are building up and I'm just like freaking out because we would have literally seen 4 of 4 within 3 months. That's crazy to me. Like we were that close to all of them. So the girls in front of us end up going to meet Liam and all we can hear is his voice. And I'm literally like, oh my God, I'm literally melting. I just can't. His voice sounds great. To hear him in person, am overwhelmed with emotions. They tell us we're next and we walk over there, and I remember hugging Liam and feeling like his little scruff rub against my cheek, and I was like, oh, I got goosebumps, and I was a mess, and I was just overwhelmed with emotions once again. So we're talking to him a little bit and just kind of chatting, and then he's like, yeah, you're excited for the show? Like, we're like, yeah, like your music's great, and Beverly's great at talking with people. I'm just nervous because his cheek touched mine, and all I could think about is that at the moment. Like, everything I wanted to say flew out the window, which was kind of weird because I was prepared to talk to him like I did with Louie, but it was just that cheek interaction totally threw me off and I wasn't ready. I'm on this side of him and Beverly's on that side. He's in the middle, and the photographer is like, oh, y'all need to scoot up more. And Liam's like talking like, yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh, yeah, blah, blah. We're just talking with him, but I can hear the photographer, and I'm starting to open up a little bit more and talking and stuff, and we're just holding this position, and then the photographer's like, Liam, scoot up, girls, y'all need to scoot up, and he just keeps saying that, and Liam's like, oh, we're all like laughing and stuff, and then I was like, I think we have to scoot up, and Liam goes, what? And they were like, oh, can you scoot up? He goes, oh yeah, sure. So then he's like holding us, and he's like dancing forward, and it was just the cutest little thing. We took our picture, we hugged him goodbye, and I was like, wow, like I was nervous at first because of the cheek interaction, but after like he started laughing and talking with us, it was just such a sweet interaction with him. I'm so thankful for it. Oh my goodness. So after we meet Liam, we end up freaking out, screaming. Me and Beverly are overwhelmed, like that just happened. So here's our Liam picture. We ended up meeting Hannah back on the level where our seats are gonna be. I was kind of bummed because she didn't get to meet Liam, but on the bright side, she was meeting Niall within hours. We go and enjoy the show. We see Kesha perform and a few other people, and then it is time for Liam to perform. But of course, the way the scheduling works out, Liam is performing at the same time as Niall's meet and greet. That's not cool. So of course we're gonna go meet Niall because you're meeting him, but we don't get to see any of Liam's show. Like, it takes up the whole entire time, which is totally unfair. So me, Hannah, and Beverly go to find out that the wristbands are the same exact color as the Liam wristbands. We put on our wristband and Beverly gets in line with us, and so does a lot of other people. So while they're lining all of us up, we hear Liam's first song go off, and a group of us just take off running, and we start watching from like the side stage. Oh my goodness, those like 15 seconds were amazing until the security guard's like, you can't be here, and she kind of like kicked us out or whatever. So we go back in line and we go downstairs to meet Niall. Well, Hannah really wanted a solo picture with Niall, and I was like, Beverly snuck in, so me and Beverly can take our picture together, just like we took our Liam one earlier. So Hannah goes to the end of the line and me and Beverly go in together. We meet Niall, we say hi, and this is actually my second time meeting Niall. My first time meeting Niall was actually 2 weeks before that, and I will tell that story in a different story time. But for today's video, this is my second time meeting Niall, and I was more nervous than my first time. I was just so shook. He smelled so good, and he just looked good, and he looked taller. I think it was the boots he was wearing, but he was just so friendly, and his accent was so thick. And I think it was because I was meeting him with Beverly that it just like added so much more excitement to it. Like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. Like, we just did this. Like, this is crazy. I wasn't supposed to meet Liam. She wasn't supposed to meet Niall. We weren't even supposed to go to Jingle Ball to begin with. And here we are taking a picture with 2 of 4 of One Direction. Like, how does this happen? I don't get it. So meeting Niall, he was just kind of like friendly and a little chatty, but it was quicker than meeting Liam because Liam wasn't paying attention to the photographer. So we got more time with him. But with Niall, it was just kind of like a quick little casual conversation, and we took our picture and that was it. And so here's our picture with Niall. So it was super great, and oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, I have them hanging in my room. I'm a mess. It's okay, it's fine. So after the meet and greet's over, we end up going back to our seats. We're in the 300 sections, and we are watching Niall perform, and it was just great. Like, his album, I think, is amazing, and he just put on a great performance, and I'm just like overwhelmed and super thankful. And I remember going home that night, and I'm just like, thank you, Lord. Like, I was not supposed to go to Jingle Ball because I couldn't afford it. And so I ended up going for free, meeting 2 of 4 One Direction for free with both my friends who also got to go for free. Just another experience to add to our crazy concert experiences. And that is my story time about how I met Niall Horan and Liam Payne. I'm forever grateful about that moment. The Lord blessed me when I said I couldn't afford it. That was just one of the most overwhelming and greatest experiences of my life, and it was just super fun. Oh my goodness. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what else you want to see me do for Christmas, or if you've met any of the One Direction guys, or who you have met in the past, Or if you want to hear any more of my story times about my crazy concert experiences of me meeting members of One Direction. My life is a lot, and I don't know how everything happened, but I'm glad it did. If you liked this video, please like, share, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. Thank you guys for joining me for another day of Vlogmas, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!